Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday the 30th of March 2023. So bonds quiet, too quiet as big tech soars into new bull markets. Nasdaq enters technical bull market as bonds sell off, loses momentum and yen longs unwind. And US stocks gained and the Nasdaq entered a bull market as fears continued to subside. And that's all it required for the market to move higher, and it's already gone up 70 points, and it's 6:30 in the morning while I've been watching it. But more on that in just a minute. We've got some German news today. There's no point in actually looking at this, frankly, because the market's just going to continue to move to the upside unless something else comes out of the blue with regards to bank, and there's only one other one that I'll talk about shortly. German CPI, that's even set to move lower, so that'll be bullish with the DAX. You've got the Spanish CPI as well. That's a massive forecast drop compared to the previous. We've got final GDP, which is forecast the same. Unemployment claims, they won't take any notice of that. And final GDP, they're not going to take any notice of that unless you want to turn it into a bullish situation as well. Yellen speaking at 8:45 p.m. So let's get on, let's have a look at the markets, kick off with the Dow, see what it did during yesterday's trading session. So kicking off with the Dow, we took out the 78, the 89, and now we're about to take out the 32,759, no problem at all. The 50 bar moving average, and then we head up to the high of this bar here, and then we've got another couple of targets on the upside. As I said before, there's no FOMC, no CPI, no non-farm payrolls. The market's free to move up. There's no banking crisis anymore. That's all settled. There's no recession. There is no nobody struggling. It's a complete nirvana for everyone, and the stock market's reflecting that. And of course, I'm being facetious because it is sheer lunacy that for years now the fundamentals do not match what's happening in the stock market. It's just like a casino for bankers, and they just keep moving the markets to the upside to suit themselves. As I say to people, you can't fight the longs. You will not fight the longs for any great length of time, because they can just turn the market around on a dime. Any news, they even have bots now that track internet news and move the markets around. So even the Forex Factory news items or government news items, it doesn't make a lot of difference. They'll just move the market as they wish and just keep moving it to the upside. And if you don't think so, try going short over the last few days and see how long you can stay in, because the market just continues to drive to the upside. And like I say, it's because, all of a sudden, no FMC, no CPI, no meetings with central bankers, and jobs are good. And there are banks that are failing. There's no doubts about that. There's 186 on the cards. And let me just show you this. I'm just going to jump around a bit. If we go to IG, we've got Deutsche Bank. That recovered yesterday. Daily chart, you can see green back on the upside for Deutsche Bank. Let me just drop down into a 30-minute chart and spread that out. And whoops, you'll see there that we just moved up from 8 a.m. So 8 a.m. all the way up from, let me just move this over so you can see the price. We opened up at 8.92 and we went up to 9.20, that's euros. So no problem with Deutsche Bank now either, that making its way back to the upside. The one that's rumoured at the moment is Charles Schwab, and there's the monthly chart, and that's had a bit of grief, but then that could be the fact that of being a bank and tied in obviously with all the others. Let's just go down to a daily chart and have a look. But if you have a look on YouTube, there's a lot of videos talking about this bank at the moment and why it should be the next. I haven't watched the videos. I will do. I'll get around to it. But you can see there the market still moving up yesterday despite what happened on Tuesday. So like I say, there's a lot going on with regards to Charles Schwab. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So in the 30 minutes of the Dow, you can see yesterday moving up strongly in the pre-market session and then moving up in the main event. There was a bit of selling down 100 points, and then the market just stormed to the upside like it's doing now. You can see it's already at yesterday's high, and it's already through it. It just needs to hold above it, and you can see they're continuing to move already. Go down to a smaller time frame, and you can see straight through the high already. In the German DAX, also steaming ahead already on the overnight, heading towards the 432, not that far off it, and you've got the 89 there as well, all above the averages. Rising lows, doesn't come anywhere near the previous day's low. This is the 30-minute chart for yesterday. Let me just show you what happened, and don't forget we had the overnight as well. Let me just drag the chart over so you can see overnight the market low to yesterday's high was 273 points, and it barely batted an eyelid. Even when the down moved lower, it wouldn't stay down. And like I say, you can't go short on this market at the moment because you'll get crushed and crucified. And there's again some confirmation of this straight through the high, big bar, and that's not even got going yet. If you look at that on the minute chart, that's what happened. This was at 6:30. Not even the futures have opened yet, and the market just screaming ahead there. So yeah, it's continuing to move to the upside. There's the 5-minute chart, nice and long, not even thinking about going down. And yesterday the same thing. We had a few pullbacks, which you'll always get, but as I said, the shorts did not last at all yesterday. We kicked off with a bit of selling. The market came up. We retested at 89, and then we went. Yeah, there's about 10 or 15 minutes of the odd sell. Lunchtime we had a bit of a decent pullback, but then that shifted and we went back to the long side. And like I say, overnight already we're screaming to the upside. We're already up nearly 100 points, and the market hasn't even opened on the futures yet. So this is just overnight traders pumping the markets to the upside. So yesterday, 228.23, 289 on the profit factor there, 53 to 47. And for the week, 620, 2.73, and we've got 56.44 thereabouts on the win-loss ratio. But the shorts are giving me some grief because the market won't come down. So I'm just looking for retracements, support, and then getting it on the long side and holding. That's going to be the strategy for today. But of course, when you've got 3 days straight up like we've had in the last few days, then there is going to be some sort of a pullback at some point. But it's going to take another bank going down to move this market to the downside, because we're heading back to 15,700. And in the weekly charts, you can see there that there's no problem in moving this market to the upside at the moment. Let me just find you the all-time high, which is up here, 16,202 for December 21. So that's where we're aiming for. Also, in the implied volatility, you will see that this dropped sharply yesterday as well, coming back down to those levels where we can expect to see a correction. Doesn't mean to say it's going to happen today. They're probably going to continue to move the markets to the upside till they run out of steam, or we start to see economic news coming back in that's going to be impactful, and then we'll see the markets correct. But at the moment, there's nothing out today, is there, to move the market to the downside. So in the S&P 500, also through the 89% that we drew in yesterday. And this high now is the next upside target. Let me just grab this, and there you'll see that magical psychological number 4,000 is 4,040. We're actually through the 4,000, the psychological number they wanted to get through, which I mentioned yesterday. They've managed to pull this off. 30-minute chart, so there it is there. They managed to get through first thing in the morning, and then it became a support as the market just never failed, and also through the high of yesterday at the moment as well. Well, just coming back slightly. In the FTSE 100, also through the 89 and 50% retracement of the next swing. We need to take out the 7. Let me just move that across. 7582 is the area there we're looking at. See if this can be taken out. But the market coming back very, very strongly as well here at the moment, despite the Bank of England concerns. Off the DP yesterday in the 30-minute, never showed a red bar until we got to the afternoon with the Dow, and then it's continued. It's just coming to the high now as well, so it's again attempting to get through. Looking across at the other screen, the DAX is still bouncing off the BRN of 15,400 that we saw earlier as well. In the currencies, GBP JPY, this also through a very important area, 62%, and the 200 MA, and up on the overnight slightly. 30-minute chart shows the move as well. Not too many red bars around in the first part of the morning. Again, bit in the afternoon, but then that's cleared. Overnight, there's some profit taking, as can be seen there, so sideways for the GBP JPY. GBP USD trading up to the high of this bar here, which goes back to the 23rd of March, so a week ago today, and the market's now putting in that high of 123.611. A bit of supply yesterday, but the market continued to move higher despite the fact that the momentum is moving slightly to the downside there. 30-minute chart, very choppy yesterday, but like I say, the dollar also choppy yesterday, down to the low on the overnight, and has bounced off that and making its way back up towards the DP. And in the US dollar, up slightly yesterday, down on the overnight at the moment. And in the metals, surprise, surprise, still making its way to the upside as far as silver is concerned, at just approaching the 78% retracement there, 23.58. Needs to get through that 24 for me to prove that it's still got some legs in it. 30-minute chart screaming at the moment to the upside, along with the stock markets, of course. There you can see yesterday coming off the DP, and then overnight off the DP again. So strong for the silver market. Gold, not so much. Very sluggish and sideways there, as can be seen by the 30-minute chart as well. Nowhere near yesterday's high. Silver's taken over as the stronger one of the two at the moment, and let's just have a look at the gold-silver ratio to confirm this. And yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this sort of a down move in the gold-silver ratio. So silver playing catch-up with gold at the moment. Okay, that will do it for this one. Like I say, again, the DAX still above the 15,400, and I expect it's going to go up 100 points when it opens, because what is there to stop it from going up at the moment? Okay, that's it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.